odds are that your life's going wrong anyway. Just saying. So the company that makes Fireball is being sued because it's not actually a whiskey. It's fairly easy to determine if it's a whiskey or not a whiskey. Pretty simple. Asteroid estimated to be the size of a delivery truck flew by the United States last night. I don't know if you saw this. This happened at night because just like the delivery truck, it was always running late. Not getting that package on time. By the way, it was the closest approach on record. And it was still pretty far away, but the closest ever on record. Thank God we're all okay. Treasury Department acts against the Wagner Group. Treasury Department has identified the Wagner Group as a significant criminal organization, and they are going after them based out of the African Republic, and they're going after them. Doesn't even sound African, does it? The Wagner Group. And five members of the former Memphis cops charged with murder. 5 men fired last week by the Memphis, Tennessee Police Department for the death of Tyree Nichols during a traffic stop. And they are now saying that there could be a bunch of riots going on this weekend because, I mean, what more? Look, the cops have lost their job and they've been charged with murder wearing a white robe because they're all black. But, yeah, they're talking about big-time riots going on this weekend as Black Lives Matters ramps up again just in time for the 2024 election. Imagine that. King Charles has 10 years. That might be the only, he might be dead by the time they finish renovating. And Michael Joseph was making $40,000 a year in New York City as a school teacher until he quit to follow his passion. Now he makes $120,000 a year as a dog walker. And I would think that a school teacher in New York makes a lot more than $40,000 a year. Right. I would be willing to put money on that. Just saying. All right, text line is open. Our number 877-396-W105. Open line Friday this morning because it is a Friday.
Yep. And then Texter says your YouTube is down. We're working on it. And Germ says
it is not down. You don't even know what you're talking about. Okay. I'm not talking to the listener. I'm talking to Tom.
Oh, okay. Didn't you hear me say it just came back?
Fine.
No.
Thanks for being part of the show.
Well, no, I was looking at my text. Hey,
I'm reading and doing stories and doing sponsors, and I heard myself say it's back.
I just verified all the streams are up.
Okay, there you go. So we are back.
Thank you for being part of it.
Yeah. Hey, one of the
texts. Thanks for knowing what you're talking about.
Jerm says, hey,
Tom. Appreciate you being part of it.
Would you shut up for a second? So Jerm says, hey, Tom, did you get the story on that attempted kidnapping that happened at the parking lot of a restaurant there in Roswell? No, I haven't. I did check our sources. Nobody's issued any statements on that yet.
I did not see anything in the Roswell Daily Record this morning. TV stations, Roswell.
So I'll try again to talk to RPD, see what's going on.
And another texter says writing is very profitable. You don't need much of a reason. And that's right. When they release that tape, they should just blow a whistle and say, the looting.
Well, I refuse to pay taxes for 2022, says the text. And so there you go. We got updated on text me.
By the way, New York teachers starting pay $65,000. I knew that sounded a little low, but thank God he's making 120 walking dogs. Joe Biden talking about it takes your pride away when your kids are deprived. I don't know. I grew up very, very poor, and my mom and dad taught us that things aren't all that bad. We still have stuff to eat. You're not going to get everything you want
for what you have.
Yeah, you're going to get what you need. But Joe Biden talking about when kids are deprived. Should they get everything? Maybe so.
Talk about being deprived of your pride. Look at your child.
Oh,
Child,
oh,
needs it. And you can't afford.
oh. He needed the brand new Jordans and couldn't get them. Oh, my God.
Well, you didn't deprive Hunter, and look how he turned out.
Yeah, well, you're 100% right about that. What the hell happened there? Just saying, what happened to old Hunter? Because you didn't deprive him. He got everything. Had that silver spoon, and what happened to him? He went on to say that he's added a bunch of debt. And I don't know if he even noticed, or I think he ventured off his speech. I don't think this was on the teleprompter, because he talked about he has added more debt in his 4 years. And to be honest, he hasn't even been president for 4 years. But go ahead. I trust that you will add more debt in 4 years.
The deficit went up 4 years in a row, accounting for 40% of the entire 200 years of debt. You hear me? No president added more to the debt in 4 years than my president.
Wow.
I misspoke. 25% of our country's entire debt.
I don't get what he's trying to get at.
I think he's trying to blame Trump, and he did a really bad job at it.
And he botched it, is what you're saying? Huh. He also talked about he's trying to act like a tough guy now. Put America first. Who said we can't bring jobs back? Who said we can't bring those manufacturing jobs back? Not on my watch.
Where in the hell is it written that says America can't lead the world in manufacturing again? Where is that? I don't know where it's written.
Democrats' regulations?
It's not going to be on my watch.
I'm getting criticized.
He did. Whatever. And I mean, listen back to it, where he totally botches the whole deal. And I'm going to stop it. Here we go.
Where in the hell is it written that says America can't lead the world in manufacturing again? Where is that written? I don't know where it's written. It's not going to be on my watch.
Oh, we know it's not going to be on your watch. What the hell?
Ladies and gentlemen, you see I'm getting criticized internationally for my focusing too much in America. The hell with that. Where?
Oh, now he's a tough guy. Reporters tried to ask him a question, and guess who came to his rescue? It wasn't his father this time. It was actually Dr. Biden, Joe Biden.
You mean McCarthy next week?
Yeah, she just she grabbed him by the arm and escorted him out. Oh no, we got to get the hell out of here. Not on my watch. All right. Anybody believe that Ilhan Omar should be on anything to do with foreign affairs? We know that she has talked bad about Israel. She is pro everything to do with anything Arabic. I don't think she has a place. I'm just saying. And you know what? The Republicans run the House now. They can make that choice. But, Hakeem Jeffries talking about Ilhan Omar, and he actually, listen to the way he pronounced her name. I thought her name was Ilhan Omar. Am I wrong about that? Did I get it wrong?
I've always heard it as Omar.
Well,
I say Ilhan Omar.
Yeah.
I've heard you were right, B.
Listen to the way he says her name. Maybe I'm wrong, but thanks, Tom. Yes, the last name is Omar. I had that. I said Ilhan Omar.
I strongly support the notion that Democrats, as the Steering and Policy Committee has done this week, should be able to put forward its slate of committee assignments, which includes Representative Ilhan Omar.
Ilhan Omar.
Ilhan. I've heard that pronunciation by a couple of different.
Well, maybe I got it wrong. Maybe I got it wrong. Joy Behauer making news again this morning, talking about Republicans want to arm teachers. Here's what she had to say.
The right wing of this country would have us believe that has nothing to do with the guns, that the solution to these type of shootings is to arm the teachers.
Well, that would be a start. I'm down with that. I would be okay with that. And AOC actually in Washington, D.C., but acting like she's in New York, talking about being in New York and what can we do? She's pissed off at Biden, saying that he is doing too much to deter immigrants coming to this country. She's mad at Joe Biden after 3 million illegals have crossed the border into America. By the way, this morning, I want to give a special shout out this morning to my friend, so proud of him, Israel Gonzalez, or as his mother calls him, Jose Luis. Yesterday became a citizen of the United States of America.
Congrats, man.
Congrats. I am so proud of you. I am so proud of the man that you have become. Welder out in the patch. I'm just so glad to have you as a fellow citizen. But here's what Omar had to say. She's upset. She's upset. And she said she keeps acting like she's in New York, but you could see the Capitol in the background.
We're not hearing anything, B.
And we lost B's camera feed at the same time. We may have lost B for a second.
And while we're waiting, hey, morning, guys, have a suggestion.
Here in New York, even though she's not even in New York. So congratulations going out to that one. New report coming out from the United Nations saying America owns 46% of the world's firearms. Can we make it 50?
Right.
This is why Constitution Republic, our great nation, and our Second Amendment right. Lauren Boebert put this out. 46% of the world's guns are owned by Americans. Had supper today and just now, a little while ago, and there was an Australian sitting at our table, and he told me, and he's the third Australian to tell me, don't ever give up your guns. Mm-hmm. He said the crap going on in Australia today, they've got their own illegal immigration problem and taxation. And I had no idea that the Prime Minister of Australia is chosen by whatever party goes into leadership every 2 years. He said in 10 years, they've had 6 different prime ministers.
Ooh.
He said, there's no way we can survive like that. But he said, don't ever give up your guns. And he said, I love Trump. I love what he was about. Had some Germans sitting next to him and said, we hate Trump. I said, I bet you do. Because he put you in your place and said the UN, oh, you want us to protect you? Then you ought to pay up. They looked at me like I was an ass. Thank you very much, because I think I am. 629 morning show this morning being brought to you by our buddies at Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply. They've got everything you need for the farm, our ranch, lawn or garden, work gear, western wear. They've got everything. Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply. Find them in Roswell, also in Capitan at the Lincoln County Mercantile. We'll talk about the governor announcing legislation that she will send us some checks. We'll talk about that. Also, upcoming legislation, Senate Bill 123, that would put a bite, finally maybe take a bite out of crime. And John Kennedy rips Biden over some comments about us throwing people off Social Security and Medicare. We'll get to that coming up next.
Hi, B. We had a texter early this morning asking about what happened in Artesia on Wednesday regarding a lockdown of schools there and also a sort of shooting in Carlsbad. So that was what was going on Wednesday. Thank you, Matt, for providing that information for us. And morning, guys. I have a suggestion that Alec Baldwin and it skipped by me. By the way, congratulations, Israel. God bless you. And if you're going to work from home like the government, that cry about at least upgrading your internet and equipment, says the texter. And then Jeffro says
my internet's faster than back in the States.
Okay. Back to Jeffro.
So we're doing a show. I'm in Hobbs. B is in the Philippines. Russ and Tom are in Lovington. Tell me one other show in an area our size that has technology to be able to do that, and kiss my butt while you're at it.
Nobody does.
My internet is 650, so I got plenty of
We're fiber, half a gig up and down. Maybe it's your internet. Well, and occasionally we'll have a hiccup here and there. I mean, when you have this many connections, it's to be expected.
And it was the cameras that kicked us off. It was the software.
You had an audio issue at one point, B, when you were trying to play Ian's
really
clip.
Yeah.
You
were off the air for a minute.
I got 650 gig, so I don't think megabytes. I don't think that's. I don't think it was the internet.
Well, even the fastest internet gets packet loss occasionally. It's part of the process.
Yeah,
it happens.
All right, Price Oil this morning being brought to you by Spinnaker Oilfield Submitters, currently hiring training programs. They've got them. If you've ever supervised a frac crew, Spinnaker could teach you to become a cementing supervisor with the SSIT program. And if you've ever run a blender in the patch, they could teach you to become a cementing equipment operator. Class A CDL, you must have that, and willing to work a lot of hours and make a bunch of money. Find out more information. All you have to do is text Oilfield to 63566 or go to greatoilfieldjobs.com. Housing is available if you need it. If you need more information, they are an equal opportunity employer and a drug-free employer.
West Texas Intermediate, $82.11, $88.49 for Brent crude, and the price of natural gas this morning, $2.91.
How is that natural grass these days, Tom? Tell me.
Well, that's some of that marijuana.
Sorry about that, guy.
Price of natural grass about $14 a gram.
I'm gonna give you a word of advice. So, I'm on camera too.
Yes, sir.
And when I read, the papers are down here. That way, I don't have them up here. I know we said it before, but thought I would just camera etiquette now.
There you go. Thank you. I was about to say the same thing. Camera etiquette is something you need to learn now that you.
Well,
we still can't get him to do mic etiquette right, though, B.
It's new for me. I mean, I'm not used to being
Will, you're doing it for somebody this morning.
There he goes. There he goes.
Look, I'm used to being a radio star, not a TV star.
What now, Russ?
Can I have a second, Diva?
Thank you.
Somebody texted in, it says it turns me on when Will gets mad.
I don't know why, but there are several people that really get they either get ticked off or they get excited when I get excitable.
Well, and here's the deal: we've all invested a lot of time and a lot of money into this show. It's not like, it's not like we walk into the studio and hope that everything goes all right. I was working on new cameras today and called Will this morning. It's not like we don't give a damn.
Well,
It's
not
not
only that, but B is retired. He's still doing the show from the Philippines. When that person had said, if you're going to work from home like you complain the government does, well, it's not the same thing even a little bit. He's still doing the show even though he's retired, and he's doing it from the Philippines.
And this is my studio that I've invested in.
And I'm in the Hobbs studio. So there you go.
And I will write this thing off and on my taxes.
Same.
Oh, wait, I don't know if I can do that, but
I think you can.
I'll damn sure try. All right, looks like Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham announced legislation to be that has been filed to help provide economic relief checks for every New Mexican. $1 billion. Yeah, the money. $750 stimulus for single and taxpayers, and $1,500 for people filing jointly. Now, I love the way they say taxpayers. I hope the money does go to taxpayers. I hope it doesn't go to every person in New Mexico. I actually hope it goes to taxpayers. And Will, I looked at the story. I didn't see that there was a limit on how much money you can make. Now, maybe in the bill itself, there is. I don't know. Maybe, Tom, you could look into that.
Okay.
See if there is a limit on how much money you can make. John Kennedy ripped Joe Biden over the GOP Medicare cut suggestion. Not even George Santos could claim that. Senator that is the member of the Judiciary Committee, John Kennedy, slammed Biden over his latest comments, talking about the MAGA Republicans would cut your Medicare and your Social Security. Time and time again, the Republicans have come out and said, we are not going to cut Social Security. Number one, nobody is going to touch Social Security because you haven't seen a bunch of angry people if you start cutting Social Security. That's money that's been paid for out of our paychecks. We paid that money. So if you touch something like that, oh, you ain't seen nothing yet. You would see people marching on Washington, D.C. like you have never seen. This would make the insurrection look like a picnic. Wait for it. So nobody's touching it. Nobody is going to touch it. News conference yesterday, Santa Fe, Bernalillo County District Attorney Sam Bregman. Now, is that Alec Bregman's? I think that's his dad.
Oh, the son that plays Major League Baseball. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, they're talking about Senate Bill 123, a bipartisan bill dealing with pre-trial detentions, and asked that people who commit crimes like first-degree murder and other violent felonies aren't allowed to be released before trial. Think about that. If you kill somebody, you're not getting out of jail. If you perpetrate a violent crime, you're not going to get out of jail. I would think this is a bill that everybody can get behind. I hope it passes. I hope it puts some teeth into the law. I would hope. Text line open, Tom, 877-396-W105. Thought for the day coming up next.
You know, politician, political actor auditions makes me want to puke. That is Jethro this morning. And Buddy says, I wish the internet was shut down for 48 hours and just see how many people would panic. Another texter
Lose
says,
their mind.
right. Another says, you are great, man. I just love your show, says the text.
And one of the other texts says, by the way, people, the owner can work from wherever in the hell he wants. Because somebody, I guess, made a comment, but
Well,
he thought it was
part of the
towards
reason I'm
you.
working from home is because I'm on dialysis.
Yes.
Right now, as we speak. So,
And then
just one of those things.
Yes, and you want to talk about being in charge of everything that's going on. That's who's handling the feeds, the cameras, all the background stuff, basically coordinating and conducting everything. And he's doing it while he is actively taking dialysis. So if you've got any comments made, somebody that worked with him for a couple of decades, you can kiss my ass too. I just wanted to throw that in.
Tom, what exactly are you doing in the studio? I'm just trying to figure this out.
Blocking the camera.
Somebody did want to know, Tom, if you could get the price of sod. They need some for their lawn this year.
I'll try to look into that.
See if you can get that. All right, thought for the day this morning being brought to you by Wakefield Oil, 35 years serving Southeast New Mexico, quality products, excellent service, boom or bust. They deliver oil and gas products out in the patch, diesel, DEF value, whatever you need, they get it to you. Also, Interstate Batteries. Follow them on Facebook or go to wakefieldoil.com. 35 plus years ago, Mr. Wendell Wakefield packed up the kids and brought them to New Mexico. Thought for the day in memory of Mr. Wendell Wakefield. And this is a saying that my dad taught me, and I kind of live by it. I was raised to treat the janitor with the same respect that I treat the CEO with. It's my thought for the day. More people live by that way of life, the world would be a much better place to live. Believe it or not, there are people out there that think that I'm an ass and I treat people differently, and nothing is so far from the truth. I try to talk to everybody. I'm talking about people. I'm talking about beggars on the street. I'm talking about people that have money. If Joe Biden, I wouldn't walk across the street for Joe Biden. That was probably a bad analogy. Okay. 643, Bernalillo County identifies 2 men that died in jail this month. 2 men died in custody of the Metropolitan Detention Center within 10 days of each other this past month and have been identified